Do you want to know how to improve your day at Thorpe Park with 6 simple tricks? I'll assume that's a yes. Now, I've been visiting Thorpe Park for a very long time, and when I was younger it was a huge occasion if I was to visit the island. I'd watch videos of the roller coasters for weeks leading up to my visit, and I'd have so much anticipation for every single ride. See, I knew that I had that one day to get on as many rides as possible. Even now, despite going fairly regularly, I still make sure I plan. Otherwise I end up at Chessington. Anyway, my dear pun chums, no matter how frequently you visit, you want to have the best day possible. Avoid queuing longer than necessary, and of course, ride the Nemesis Inferno. Thus, choosing your first ride is crucial, so listen carefully. Funnily enough, this decision rides heavily on the weather. Ha 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 ha, it's... what a fun pun. Anyway, should the weather be beautiful sunshine, head on over to Saw the Ride first and follow that closely with a ride on Colossus. This is because Saw the Ride typically gets one of the longest queues in the park due to popularity, familiarity, and those stumpy little cars. You can then tick Colossus off pretty quickly as it's next door. There you go, 2 of the big 6 done. And they're both in such close proximity. How convenient. That being said, you don't have to start on these rides, and I know that a lot of people skip them altogether. Some even say that they're rough and uncomfortable. I can't remember them being that uncomfortable. That's because I woke up in hospital with amnesia, short-term memory loss, and an alert on my phone. Headline: Saw the Light. Man almost dies on horror roller coaster. Picture of stealth on the cover. Tip 2, lunch. Sounds like tiptoe. If you're hardcore, you'll bring a packed lunch and use the queue time to make sure that you don't consume ride time when you consume your pie and fries. That took so many takes. I'll illustrate the game plan. So the major ride has a 40+ minute queue. Disclaimer, queue times may vary, but this is the threshold duration for lunch in my opinion, for a lunch/queue combo. This way you have a good 20 minutes to casually eat your food and then a further 20 minutes to prepare yourself for the ride. I will mention that generally I'd choose Darren Brown's Ghost Train and advise against queuing up for something like Detonator or Colossus. Yeah, disgusting. Lastly, don't even think about buying your lunch during the core lunching hours. These are between 12:30 and 2:30 PM, so avoid that like the plague. Bad timing. Tip 3, break up your day with some rides on the filler attractions. Don't you be sleeping on the Rumba Rapids. What is a filler attraction, I hear you say? Well, it's any ride that isn't as popular. A flat ride, for example. So be sure to locate those shorter queues and use them to your advantage. You never know, Quantum might just become your favourite ride. Tip 4, stay hydrated. Buy a refill cup, quench your thirst with unlimited refills all day and save a lot of money. However, don't drink too much before you queue for a ride. We'll be stressing like a dad in traffic. They're conveniently located all over the park as well. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like me to do a video on money saving tips at the parks. Tip 5, the last ride. Sounded like a cool attraction name. Now for some reason, queue times at Thorpe Park drop like Detonator in the evenings. That is officially the worst joke I've ever made. Subscribe! Anyway, I'll elaborate. The majority of the queue times will be a lot shorter after around 5 PM. That's because a lot of families will leave the park in an attempt to beat the traffic. So it's worthwhile saving a big coaster or two for the end of the day. Tip 6. The lastest of last rides. Yes, it's a bit of a cop-out, but you should definitely run to get in a queue before park closing. That way you can sneak in a cheeky ride in extra time. Should you make it in the queue before the park's closing time, then you're definitely getting on the ride. Now my friends, you're ready to seize the day. Subscribe! Imagine if you was to miss out on this amazing knowledge. Yeah, awful. Hit the bell so you're notified for future videos. And please, if you know anyone else that would benefit from this knowledge, please do tell them about the channel. Ciao, legends. That took so many takes.